Achievement after achievement, she has got her latest one under her cap, okay? The Race to Be Myself is the book that she has written.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Caster Semenya is here.
Welcome!
Oh, wait. Do I call you Caster or do I call you Tabiso? So when she moved from her parents' house to her grandmother's house, right? She lied and called herself Tabiso so she could play soccer with the boys. Because she knew if they knew she was a girl, they were going to be like, "Hi, Wena, you can't play with us." So they asked, "What's your name?" Tabiso. Now the grandmother's signing her up at school. And the kids that she lied to, saying that her name is Tabiso, are there? They're like, "Tabiso, Tabiso." She just looks ahead, like, okay, ignore them. And then finally you came clean. Caster, do you know what stands out to me about this book? And I said this to you outside, and I'm going to say it again, and I said it on Twitter. You are so funny. I didn't know you are hilarious.
Good morning, everyone. Of course, everyone has their own, hidden, talents. I'll say comedian is my other part. Maybe I should, join Trevor and, Eugene and those guys.
And see what you can do on stage with a microphone.
Limpopians, they know. I've tried, one content a little bit there on my, IG. You must go check it out. And you see.
So we're running comedy on your Instagram.
We do run comedy, but it's what makes me feel good. Make me feel free.
And that's the thing. And it strikes me like you also came from a family that was funny because, your mom had it coming through, your grandmother, even that big lady, they would send in, if you did something wrong, they would send like the scariest village grandmother to come and sort you out. Even she was funny, right? So you were just surrounded by humorous people.
I think it's love. It's about being positive. Also, I think believing in yourself. If you believe you're funny, of course you are.
Right.
So I think it comes, from family. My dad is funny. My brother is funny. I don't know about my mom, but my granny was hilarious. She was crazy.
Your sister Olga, I pick up that she's also like a little bit on the funny side.
Yeah, Olga, she's soft. Nico, yes.
Okay.
Nico is funny. The one after me, Muriel, she's the craziest, human I've ever met in my life. So, yeah, I'll say our family is more for comedy, entertainers. I think we should open up a studio and try to do this stand-up comedy thing.
No, don't. You're going to put everybody out of a job.
Well, it sounds like this is a reality show waiting to happen. I want to see the reality show.
This is true.
I don't know about that.
So you started walking at 7 months.
Yes.
Is it like you're an overachiever, clearly, if you're walking at 7 months, right?
I'll call it supernatural.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Then you've had a life of overachieving, right? And what I've picked up is that people who are very good at one thing, like, you're an Olympian, you're a gold medalist, people who are good at one thing, they could have easily been good at another thing. And you could have played for Banyana.
Of course.
Why did you not go soccer and you decided to go running?
I think it's about seeing the reality. Sometimes in life you should be practical, but if you are realistic, you check where you think, you put one option, say, because I had to choose between athletics and, football. And when I had to come, to Joburg for trials, I was supposed to go to Sundowns, because my brother had, connection that side. He said, "Look, you should go try out for football. I'm definitely sure that you'll make it." But then when I looked what I've achieved, in the Commonwealth Youth Games, and then I compared the times with the finals, I ran 2:04. And then I'm like, the last, lady placed, 8th with 2 minutes, actually. So I do fit in that. I'm close, and I checked the age, I'm 17. And I'm like, if I convert this into 2 years,
I'm going to be number one in the world.
Which is, I did well in terms of,
I'm not doing too badly.
But you could have, besides sports, you could have gone into engineering. You could have become an engineer as well.
No, I could have been in the army.
In the army?
In the army. I love army with all my heart, man. So I love guns. I love rescue.
Okay.
Yeah, but also Navy. It's one of the option that I could have opted. So, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
That is. But when you watch then, because you say in your book that yes, you're doing this calculation of I'm running 2:04. The world champion is running 2. there is no female that has done exceptionally well and become a world superstar with soccer. Cut to 14 years later, we're looking at the female World Cup, the soccer one, and it's being watched by the entire world. When Banyana was playing, wasn't there a little bit of you like, yeah, I could have scored that?
No, not really, because we have to be honest. I'm that honest person. Look, if you choose your path, there's no what ifs. You understand?
I like
That's
that.
You can't have that what if I could have done it. No. I made my choice and I pulled it through, and then I won a title, at the age of 18. So there's nothing much I could have compared that with. You understand? If I've got them gold around my neck, why must I say if I could have, made it to the World Cup? No, I'm happy for them. They've done exceptionally well. I'm proud of them, but I'm also proud of myself because I've also accomplished the unbearable, wins. Going 40 unbeaten. It's close to Mayweather's. Close to Muhammad Ali's.
Come on. She's out here dropping bars.
No, but I think you should love what you do. You should embrace it. I'm passionate about running, let alone loving, soccer. But I love running. It makes me feel free. I enjoy. I forget about everything when I'm running. It's just I'm just in that zone where I'm like, that's me. That's me against me. I love it.
It's me against me.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, being out there, doing what you love. Then you're being celebrated, but then you have this little, percentage of haters that comes and then try to criticize you and then try to judge you and then be like, guys, you don't exist. I don't see you. You see me, I don't see you. You understand? That's a kind of a life, I live, and I'm enjoying. I'm in the best time of my lives. My mind is free, it's cleared. I'll say I'm healed within. And look, I'm just happy. Yeah.
I'm so glad you touched on the haters because we're going to take a break. But when we come back, we're going to start from the very first time that, according to this book, The Race to Be Myself, written by Caster Semenya, the very first time that I feel like, the haters were starting, how she was handling it, and how she kind of grew in handling the hate that would come and finally be on an international level. I mean, the BBC, Sky News were sending people into the villages in Limpopo to try find something wrong with Caster Semenya. It's all in the book. Good morning.
Another big interview
with Anele and the Club.
only
On 947.
She's in the building. She's Caster Semenya. She's got a brand new book out, The Race to Be Myself. I tell you, this is a Christmas gift. Okay, if you're struggling to know what you're going to buy somebody for Christmas,
This is it.
this is it. Order them in the drones.
When are they on the shelves?
When is your book out on the shelves?
From
End of October, ne?
No, first week of November, because we launched 31st. I'm sure from Tuesday. I'm sure, definitely. Yeah.
From next week, Tuesday, the book is going to be out. Okay. Go and get it, The Race to Be Myself. I'm sure you can order on Take a Lot and all of those places. Now, I didn't think I'd relate to you, to something you said in the book, because I'm not a runner. I'm not an Olympic medalist. I am not.
That's a supreme athlete. We consider ourselves athletes, but we're not athletes.
I go to the gym one day and I'm like, I'm ready for the Olympics. Yes. But you said something and it touched me so much, where you said, when you were born, your parents wanted a boy. And that's the same for me as well, because I'm the third born and it's a girl, right? So that's why it's Anele Mantombazana. So I did find myself leaning towards doing masculine things, to show my dad, don't worry, you don't need a boy, Yeah. And you said you were the same as well, right?
Of course. I remember when they told me, like, when you were born, you were like, that deep voice, yeah. I'd be like, oh! They thought I'm a boy, but Bob, they opened them legs, boom.
It's a girl.
FMB Stadium. Trust me.
I'm gonna need a siren.
I'm like,
I'm gonna need a siren.
and I'd be like, I asked my dad, I was like, were you disappointed? He's like, no, I wasn't disappointed because I was expecting, something. I'm like, yeah, the dingling something, I'm like, okay, but it's fine. You had me, and then I asked him, how do you raise me? It's like, how I raised you, it was special because everything you've done, it was bold, masculine. You've been rough, you're fast, always running, hitting,
Fighting
kids,
with
I remember my mom told me about one incident where she took me to the hospital. I'm 9 months. All those kids my age, they're sleeping there. They're inside their, what do you call these things?
The cots.
The cots. And then I'm there flipping them blankets, waking them up. Yeah, because I'm still young. I'm young.
You 9 months, but
yes,
you were
I'm
walking
9 months.
at 7
I'm walking
months.
around. You understand? So
And the
those
other babies are
kids
being
are
carried.
sleeping. Those kids are being carried. Me, I'm waking them up.
But
The
hey, guys.
parents were like crazy. But I think it was a great life for me. It was a great childhood.
Because there was
I
a lot of
love it.
love. What I pick up is
Yeah,
that
it was a lot of love. What they've done for me is that they have accepted me. They appreciated me. They never judged. They never criticized. What they did, they gave me love. And they make sure that each and every day I'm happy. I think that's what they've done most. And for me to carry it on, man, massive. But I appreciate that, and they've done well for me.
I've got to ask you this, and Anele touched on it earlier. We were talking about, when you were growing up, you constantly, people started saying, "Are you a boy?"
Yes.
Right? Are you a boy? And I mean, you were just like, "Yes, no, I'm a girl. Let me show you." Poof.
Yeah, of course. I liked it so much because when we're on the fields and they'll be like, she's a girl. And other boys will be like, no, she's not a boy. I mean, I'm just flipping, them pens down.
And you
then
show
say,
them.
she said you should just like
yeah,
take the
I'm
pants off
just take the pens, and then when we go for swimming, I'll swim naked with them.
Just
You
so they can
understand?
see that you're a girl.
just to.
But
make-
you're not offended. You weren't offended at all. When did you stop being offended?
You can't be offended if you know who you are, if you know what you stand for.
Right.
End of the day, I know my identity. You understand? What my parents has installed in me is to know who am I. You understand? I know who I was, and I cannot be threatened by someone who's a little bit confused, who doesn't know what's really going on in that point. I have to correct you to make you understand that, look, I might be playing with boys here. I might be wearing the shorts.
I'm a girl.
But look, I'm a girl. So I think that has carried me to be the great woman I am today because I like my differences. I like how I walk. I like how I live my life. I just love myself. And people need to understand that the reason why I wrote this book is because I wanted them to learn, to understand, look, even when I'm different, there's nothing wrong about it. You should embrace who you are. Love yourself. Have that relationship with yourself, and then life becomes easy.
What I like about Caster is that, you can speak nonsense about me, but you have to catch me first. On the way, more with Caster Semenya. The book is out next week, Tuesday, The Race to Be Myself. A plane would pass over the village in Limpopo, and you would say to your cousins and your brothers and your sisters that, what, one day I'm going to be in that plane. And they would laugh.
They laughed at me. It's like, she's bluffing. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be there. I'll be passing through here, going for whatever things that I'll be doing. And then a few years later, I'm sitting with them and saying, what did I say?
Yes, because the first time you went on a plane was overseas to Poland.
Yes, it was overseas to Poland. And then I came back and then I asked them, I bought that thing that I've been pointing, the finger at. And be like, now we start taking you serious because, things that you've been saying now are happening. So you see, I prophesized.
And now I'm here. And then soon after that, you were in India. So it wasn't a bluff. This was, they could see that.
Bluff. It was continuous. But remember, I started locally. Because of now, I started the local, competitions where, I fly to Cape Town, Durban, all those.
Well, you were in
Botswana, and all those things. Then I came back and say, you should start taking me serious. Probably I could read your horoscopes.
Predict the future.
Predict the future.
So one of the international trips, she had $1,000 worth in per diems, right? So she didn't spend a cent of it, and she came back with those dollars.
You didn't spend a cent.
So that she could
show them. I had to show them Benjamins. I had to show them Benjamins to my classmates, because, one thing about it, I had to prove to them to say, look, this is the future. This is my future, and it's my jackpot. And because I played soccer with them, I was so good, they were pissed to an extent where they would ask me, what are you chasing them? And I told them, I'm chasing dreams. And you guys are just chasing a round ball that takes you nowhere. Wow. You understand? So we had to exchange those words. And coming back from the Commonwealth Youth Games, I come back with the gold medal.
And
You start
$1,000.
believing. And $1,000. The
That's
Benjamins. You know what I did? I carried it to my classroom
To show them.
to show them.
Are you good with money? Generally?
Yeah, good. I'm good. I love money. I love money. I love money, man. Who does that money?
And so, and are you? Because here's the thing with with sports stars is that
Yeah.
there's this notion that you guys are not good with money, and you die poor. How? Because I'm pretty sure it started like at a young age with watching your mom run a business, and watching your
Yes.
dad work. Is that the reason you are good with money and you know how to? What are your investments like? Is that what you're doing with your life?
I think with me, it started with my mom because she ran, a spaza shop.
Spaza shop.
And then you start understanding the importance of investment, importance of saving your money. So I'll say I've done well for myself. I've invested enough for myself.
That's amazing.
I don't have to worry about myself in the next 10 years. You understand? So for me as a young girl, all my my prizes that I've won, I've made sure that, I keep them
You
safe.
bank them, yeah.
So also in the book now, because I equate money to time.
Yes.
In the book, you speak a lot about this one was wasting my time. You're wasting my time. You're wasting my time. And that's
Yeah.
why when people would ask, are you a boy? You just show them that, no, look, I have a vagina, I'm a girl because, you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time. You're wasting my time.
Yeah.
Surely, though, you got to a point where it wasn't even about them wasting your time. And the things that were being said about you on an international platform, they would hurt. Do you remember a time where you were like, okay, I know I'm a girl. I know what my truth is. But yabona now, Danile, now I'm hurt now. This has hurt me. Like,
No, not really. I don't think it will hurt you if people are questioning you. The only thing that you can portray to them is to make them understand who you are, what you stand for, and the nonsense that you don't take. But with me, it came with how I carry myself, how, the self-love. It's in the book. The relationship I have with myself it's massive because there's nothing that can shake me. You can question me, you can name me. Even Jesus has got names. I'm just like Jesus, People names, they give me names. And then I'll be like, look, I'm Caster. I know what I stand for. I know where I'm going and I know my purpose.
but what would happen in your youth and in your
Yeah.
earlier years of running is that, you would prove to people that you're a girl and then
course.
they'd quickly apologize.
Yeah.
But now, when you hit the world stages, it wasn't that easy anymore. Like you were probed, you know. Run me through that, like being probed. And are you still waiting for somebody to apologize to you for that?
I need no apology to anyone because I have no time for that. I've reached a point in my life to say, look, you may question me, it's fine. At the end of the day, I have my purpose, you understand? Even if you poke me, it's okay. Even if you judge me, you criticize me, it don't matter. Like I said before, if you look into this book, it tells you how chilled I am, how humbled I am, because I understand myself. The thing that I wanted people to learn about is that if you have the best relationship with yourself, no words can come and diminish you. No words can come and disturb you.
And that must frustrate because this is the problem. When people are
Yes.
throwing names at you, calling
Of
you
course.
things, saying X, Y, Z about you,
Yeah.
and you are like, well, guys, none of this means anything to me. That
course.
that frustrates people even more. They can't hurt you.
Yeah, they're frustrated because you understand your worth.
Yeah.
You know your worth. You have invested in yourself. You know how to manage yourself. You know how to control yourself. They can be angry. They can shout. They are loud. And then you mute them.
So when you say you were being probed by the German and you had to lie there and you open your legs so that they can see that you're a girl.
Yeah.
On their faces when they could see that, okay, this is now a vagina, right?
of
This is a
course.
woman. Did you see disappointment on their faces?
Of course. They were disappointed. I'm like, hey, now you can speak English. Now you can speak English. What do you see in there? And now when they want to, they wanted to violate me to an extent where I say, you're not going to put it there. You take it to my ass. That's why it pissed them off because I'm like, now I'm going to show these people the real Caster Semenya. And what I've realized about the situation, it was like they wanted to make me feel like I don't belong.
Yes.
They
Yes.
wanted me to feel like, you know what, get out of here. You know, but I said, you know what, this is a game I'm willing to play. Let me show them, you know, I'm from South Africa. You know, I'm coming from the deep rural areas. I've hunted, you know, I've been through hell. This is
is a
nothing.
walk in the park.
If you're going to think questioning me to prove if I'm a woman will stop me from winning a gold, you're in the wrong place. Julia said, you're in the wrong place.
In the wrong place. Okay, so I could talk to you forever,
Yeah,
but we have to wrap
so
this up.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
basically, everything we've spoken about with Caster, it goes 100% deeper in the book. Go and get Caster Semenya's book, The Race to Be Myself. Just quickly before we say goodbye, where are we with the court case? You just won, a victory. What does that win mean? What is the next step? And what is your ultimate goal with this entire thing?
Yeah, about the case, I think we stand a good chance, you know, to go back to the court of arbitration. The Swiss, they made, you know, appeal because they're not happy with it. They never like losing. But I think as a human, if you fight for what is right, that's the main important thing, that we need to protect the young upcoming ones. They need to protect them. They need to protect their rights. If they can protect them as humans, it's fine. We are fine. We are okay. But the case is bigger than us. We don't know what will be the outcome, but we are positive about what we're doing because we stand for what is right. We fight for diverse and inclusivity. So that's what we're doing. So for me, I'll keep on fighting for what's right. That's my purpose. That's why I'm here. That's why they call me Mukhadi, because I'm a guider. You understand? I'm here to guide. I'm here to fight for what's right. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a South African. So that's what we do best.
And this would be the first time the Swiss don't like a little bit of chocolate here.
I mean,
You know?
I mean,
They don't like a brown thing, no.
Listen, Caster Semenya, you are the international voice of you are who you are. You be yourself. You are the international voice of excellence. You are the international voice of hope.
So beautiful.
And I am so glad that we can call you ours. You are ours. You are ours. It's our Caster.
Yes, I'm you, me.
Caster Semenya, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
The race to be myself.
Anele and the club
on 947.